So, what is the message today? There is no message. Maybe there is a message. Okay, so if you see from the title, today was my biggest loss that I've had this year. Sadly, we're only in the first month, but yeah, had a big loss. The loss was bigger than what I would normally allow myself to lose per my account on a day. So, I guess I went on a bit of a tilt today. And not even like a bit, but like a big one, okay? So I'm a break down in a minute the trade where I lost the most money on, because I took several other trades, but I did not lose big on those. I just lost a little bit of money on the other ones. But the fact that I still took the trades after that, I shouldn't have took no more trades after that. Well. I took Amazon. Actually, I took 2 trades after that. That was okay to take. The problem was that I did not hold them. So today, I think I took a total of 6 trades. I never take that many trades, first of all, guys. I usually only take 2 trades, maybe 3, but it's usually just 2. And it's like whatever you do in those 2 trades is it. So on the first trade, yeah, it took my money. The second trade, I took the reversal of that. I just didn't hold it that long, and I probably should have held it, because what happened was it started bouncing back in the other direction. And I was like, man, I don't want to lose all this money on this trade, so I closed the trade. And I should have held it, because it actually kept going and going and going. So, yeah. The third trade I took on Amazon, and I ended up closing break even on that trade because it was bouncing. So it came to my entry, and usually when it comes to my entry, I give it a little bit to see if it's gonna keep going or if it's gonna fall right back down below my entry. Well, it fell down, came up, fell down, came up, and it started to hold. I said, okay, well, it's not falling so far below that it's not gonna be able to go back up. So I got in the trade. Now, mind you, I just said that it was holding. It was being still. So I knew it was about to go up. And I got in the trade, and what it do? Went down. And then it went down further than what it had been going down previously. So I was just like, you know what? It's bouncing, it's bouncing. I think I let it bounce for like a solid 5 minutes. I was like, we'll just wait this candle out. Actually, it was like a candle and a partial. I was like, we're just gonna wait till this next candle and see what happens. So I mean, it was just slowly coming back up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then it hit my break even, and I was just like, I'm gonna close this trade because I don't like the way that it's moving. You know, the price action was kind of bad on it. Well, it went on to do what it was gonna do, what I said it was gonna do, and it did. And left me right behind as per it should have, because I cut the trade. So yeah, that one was disappointing because that one ran really good. It ran really good. I had actually had an entry before my teacher, because she ended up getting in sometime later, but at that time I had then closed my computer up. I was packing up to go to work, and so yeah, she ended up taking that trade while it was still pumping, and I just missed the whole ride basically on that one. Got in the car. I'm still listening to my teacher. She was like, I'm about to enter in QQQ, and I said, you know what? I'm about to enter in with you. I won that trade. I went on and got on in. I think she held it. I think she held it longer than I did, but I won the trade. I don't remember any of the percentages on my wins. Isn't that funny? I always know the percentages of my losses. I don't remember the percentages of my wins. So my first loss, and I'm gonna break it down to y'all. So I'm gonna show you how it played out. But my first loss was 40%, which I'm trying to give, you know, the market room to breathe, right? She's firm on her 20%. And what I've realized is that if I give it, you know, to like 33, 35, 37, that it normally turns back around and come on down. And so I was just trying to give it a little bit more wiggle room. I don't know that I really wanted to give it 40%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I wanted to give it 40%. And so yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. So I won that trade. We took on QQQ when I was in the car, driving to work on ice. Dangerous. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. 100% ghetto. What did I do after that? So I said, wait, I did 2 AMDs. I took the AMD down, took it up. Amazon, I took QQQ. Oh Lord, and I tried to take my boo SPX. Oh my God. So SPX was having a break. And then okay, so this is one of my rules. I had said that I would not be trading at work because it's too distracting. It's too many people. So I'm looking at the chart because I'm in between patients, and I was like, oh, SPX is about to have a break. I'm about to take this break. We about to scalp this real quick. And I have my contract ready. I'm trying to swipe into the contract, and the patient walks up to me and starts talking. The problem is, when you're on your cell phone, you got to keep flipping screens. Well, the internet is terrible at my job. Even though I wasn't even on their Wi-Fi, I was on mine from my phone. It still takes a little bit of time for you to, like it's buffering or something when you go back on TradingView from your phone. So I was like, okay, the trade is still moving. I swipe up on the trade, and we hitting green. I'm trying to get over to the page where I can, you know, get out. Patient's still talking to me. I'm looking up at her trying to talk, and I'm trying to, you know, scroll and not be rude. Well, I lost that trade because not only did it come down for liquidity, it was a sweep, baby, and it swept me right away with it, okay? So instead of making, I think when I was watching the numbers, I would have been somewhere close to 50% on that one. Instead of making 50%, I think I lost 18. I think I lost 18%. Now I know you probably like, well, why didn't you hold? Because it came back down. It did actually come back down. But see, the problem with SPX is SPS can be rude and greedy and unforgiving. And, you know, it came back down. But once it come back down after a pullback, baby, you're not getting the same kind of money back. So either way it went, I was going to be in a loss because it came down for the sweep, like I said. Although it came back down, bounced right back up, I still would have been in a loss because after it came back up, it continued to go up, right? So I ended up being down, yeah, like 18% on that one. Then I lost wait, okay, there was 6 trades. So I closed one up on the reversal. I didn't hold it. It had pulled back. I don't know what the percentage was on that because it was such a small loss. Like, it was just like an $8 loss. I don't even remember what the percentage was on that one. I didn't even pay attention, honestly, because I was like, okay, That's just a few dollars. It's fine, whatever. Huh. Okay. Anyways, let me break down AMD for you because, yeah, that's about all I can do. Let me break this. Let me break it down for you. Now, this is the best way I know to do it, guys. Because I'm not that technology savvy, I guess you would say. But I would like y'all to see what I do here. Ooh, wrong way. Wrong way. There we go. Okay. Something like this. Yeah, that would be easier. Just move the darn computer. Okay. So here was my entry. So this is, first of all, let me scroll back a little bit for you guys. So if you guys see this yellow line right here, that yellow line was a trend line that I had drew because on a higher time frame, I like to mark my charts out on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. And so I seen that trend trending that way. And I said, oh, you know what? We might be at a break. And when the market opened, it broke. So here we go. This is market open. Today is Tuesday, January the 27th. So this was the opening candle here. And it was starting to break. And I said, I'm going to take that trend line break. So it was a nice strong candle. I did not get in right here when it broke. Like I told you, I like to see it go down a little bit. So I had my, oh, I think my mouse just died. Yes, my mouse just died. So I had my my contract ready. So after my alert went off, after it hit here, it was still bouncing a little bit. And I said, okay, let me let it do what it do, right? I let that candle go. I let it come back to retest. And then the candle on here initially on this one was strong. So I was trying to get into the actual trade right in here, right? So when I went to swipe up on my Robinhood, it wouldn't let me in. And then what happened was I was trying to do a market order too early. I'm not even sure why it'll even allowed me to choose market if I couldn't get in on market. It was really, really strange. So I don't like to do limit contracts, guys, because you never know where your fill is going to be. And as far as Robinhood is concerned, baby, they're going to fill you in the worst spot ever. So I'm always looking for a market order. Now, so I got in. I rolled it down, contract turned green. If you see, the candle came all the way down to here. Rolled it all the way down green. No, I'm still fighting. I didn't get in right here. I'm still fighting to get in. I think I didn't end up getting into the trade until about right here. But as I said, it went green. So we're just riding. We just riding. And it started to pull back. And I said, not a big deal. You know, I'm going to let it pull back a little bit. I'm patient. You know, I'll give it time to breathe. It's a strong candle. It's looking good. It's looking real strong. And it just kept going back. And I said, okay, well, we'll just wait till it hit here. If it crosses over, I'm going to close because that is my stop loss. And so the contract would have been better had I been able to get in right up here where I wanted to be at instead of getting in somewhere down here, because that's a lot of money between there and there. That's a lot of money, depending on your size or whatever, right? So it's coming up. It came here and then it crossed over. Now I ended up closing out, but as you can see on the wick of that candle there, it started to come right back down. But I had already closed out because it started to go past my line, which was going to invalidate that trend at that point. So what I did was I said, okay, it looked like it's going up. And so I waited for another candle to go by, and I think I got in on this candle, but the candle was up. It had to have been like up here somewhere. I got in. I knew it was going to keep running. However, it started doing this right here. And I was like, oh no, I'm not about to fool with that. And look at here. You see this next candle? Undecided. So that would have kicked me out anyway, because it's already pulling back. Now this is a potential for a reversal on this candle here. And I was like, oh no, we're not about to do that, because I don't know what you're trying to do. So I hop out. Now this was the trade where I had only ended up being, I don't know where at on here. Of course, I had exited because I was already on my screen to cut out of there. So I only ended up losing $8. So wherever I was at on here, I only lost $8. And then as you can see, it ended up going up. Even on this candle would have been okay to be in this candle, because as you see, it still went up in the top, touched the top of that other trend line that I had going there, because this whole thing had formed a triangle basically on the higher time frame, but you can actually see it on this time frame too. Anyways, so yeah, it went up to touch the top. So it would have been a decent trade had I had set in it, but I didn't. But I think, so somewhere in there I had cut out, because I ended up getting back in again somewhere. I got back in here somewhere. I don't remember where I got back in, but I ended up riding the candle up and I had made some money. However, riding that little piece up did not take care of what I had lost in here. So somewhere in there, it didn't top that. So anyways, let's see. That is the breakdown. I'll get better at this. Like, I'm not a professional, you know, I'm only a year in, and yeah. So that was that one. Let me see if Amazon, if it's up here anywhere I can get to real quick. Amazon. So Amazon was going up. I had my alert set right here. I can actually put that alert back on there just so I could show you. I had my alert set right here to get in. So it broke above right here. And like I said, I like to wait a little bit to make sure it's going to keep pushing. Well, it kept pushing. And it started bouncing on this candle here. As you can see, there's a decent sized wick on this candle because it was bouncing. So once it had got me back to break even, I just cut out the trade. But as you can see, that trade kept running and running. I'm not sure where my teacher got in on that trade, but she made money off of it, and whoever else got in with her, because it ended up going to right there. And yeah, so that's the breakdown of Amazon. I don't need to break down the other ones for you guys. It just is what it was, okay? And that's what I got for y'all today. I don't know if I'm trading tomorrow. We got FOMC tomorrow, and I've had good wins, I've had bad wins. So I don't know if I'm going to actually fool with it, considering how much I lost today and how I tilted today, and I took way too many trades today, and I might need to just take a day off to work on my psychology. So yeah, that might be it, y'all. Okay, so I had to redo this part of the video because I was completely out of the shot. When I came back around, I forgot to zoom back out, guys, so y'all couldn't see me. And I don't even remember all the things that I was talking about. I do know that I was saying that I'm not necessarily trying to be like a trader, a trading content creator. I really don't know what I want to do far as, you know, YouTube goes or whatever. My camera is crooked. I hope y'all can see me. But I'm just showing y'all a little bit of everything, I guess. So far as the trading goes, I'm really trying to work hard on my psychology, baby, because I thought that I had my life together, and then I started trading and I realized that, girl, you got so much to work on. Anyways, so yeah, one of the things that I started doing, because I know like when I first started, not first started trading, I was doing good when I first started trading. Oh, when I didn't know nothing. I was doing good. Isn't that weird when you don't know what you're doing? Baby, this was before mentorship. This was before having people help me. This was, hey, we're going to try some stuff. We're going to try. And I was doing it. Anyways, so now that I know some things, and my psychology has changed quite a bit. So I'm working on self apparently still, because I'm still learning about myself. When I thought I had my life together, I didn't have my life together. I'll try to have a better setup, or at least know how to work the cameras or something better, or do the, what is it called? Screen record or whatever on the laptop or whatever, so I can give y'all like right in there, and then you don't have to watch me adjust it all. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, guys, so one of the things that I was about to say but I didn't say because I got all crazy, was that I started saying to myself, we're not chasing candles, baby, because I wasn't chasing them before, and we're gonna go back to not chasing candles, baby. I got my hair done, so I'm gonna be shaking. And so I waited on AMD today, baby. I waited for it to come on and pick me up. I said I'm gonna wait on my candles to come pick me up. AMD came and picked me up, dropped me right back off, left me right where I was at, stole my money, kicked me out the car. But that's okay. You know, it happens. It happens. And all right, guys. So I'm just gonna say bye, because this is the third time the camera messed up. It might be user error, okay? It might be user error. Anyways, till next time, y'all. Bye.